what's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Hope Shot Sunday Night Live. It is good to be here. It's good to see pretty old Caesar's face.
Oh wow, thank you.
I wonder if we're gonna see Kelly tonight. Like, I feel like
Probably not. Probably.
yeah,
There is no Kelly.
there is. What'd you do to her, bro?
There's no Kelly.
I hear.
There is no Kelly, only Zool.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you had a great weekend. If you guys are just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. Caesar, will you please read that beautiful clarity statement?
The Hope Shot Clarity Statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery, spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thank you, Caesar. All right, let's see who we got up on here. We got Zach, man. Happy Sunday to you as well. We got Rowan. Hey, Hope Shot fam. Love you guys. Love you too. We got Jamie. What's up, Jamie? Hope you had a good Sunday. And then we got Allie. Hey, Allie in YouTube land. We got Soul Support. What's up, brother? What's up, my beautiful soul brothers and sisters? So sorry I wasn't able to be here last week, but I hope everybody was able to stay strong and those forces to be reckoned with, that I know you are, and blessed to be here tonight. Love y'all. Love you too, man. Good to see you here. And we got Sarah from Minnesota. What's up? She has 2 days ago. It was 80 plus degrees. Now it's snowing. Holy crap. If that's not emo, I don't know what it is. Got that bipolar weather. Let's see. We got hi from Denver, Beaver Dam, Kentucky. What's up, Crystal? And we got Kat from Wisconsin. What's up, everyone? And let us, if you guys just jumping in, say what's up. Also, let us know where you're viewing us from, and definitely help us out. We got a few of them. Here we go. We got Beth. Hey guys, beaming in from Fort Worth. Just shared a powerful NC's meeting on the willingness to be uncomfortable to stay sober. Ooh, I like that. Awesome. Good to see you here, Beth. Sounds like an awesome meeting you had. We have Aaron from New York, and we got Tildary. I hope I said that right. Is that right? I think so. Parkersville, West Virginia. I know a bunch of people out there. And then we got Billy from Alberta, Canada. Awesome. Oh, there we go. Beth, thank you for clarifying that. Newcomers meeting. Hell yeah. All right, guys. So tonight we're going to be talking about drinking the poison of resentments, right? Because I'm very good at that. And all I'm doing is fucking on myself. Pissed off at the world, pissed off at my parents, pissed off at everybody else, but except for this guy. And most of the time I am pissed off at myself because I have the biggest resentments towards myself for the shit I've done, you know? So it's finding forgiveness, practicing forgiveness in this recovery journey. So I'm gonna Caesar, you want to jump on this? Yeah, hey, why don't you read that thing that you have?
Because it's specific 12-step literature, and I don't want
to. Okay. You see, you only read me a couple things, so.
Yeah, let me see. Maybe I can find a way to read it without reading it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll just read the first line. It says, harboring resentment is infinitely grave. For then we shut ourselves off from the sunlight of the spirit. So what we always talk before the show and try to figure out what we're going to talk about. And we usually have no clue up until about 2 minutes before the show. Because that's who we are.
Sometimes we do, though.
Very rarely do we come prepared. But you know, we were reading through some things that people send us, and that one was from a reading yesterday. And resentment's always a good topic because literally the hours we could spend being happy, spending time with our family, enjoying living in the moment, we waste in our heads being resentful at a person, place, thing, situation, whatever it may be. And we kind of squander all the joy and happiness that we could have focusing on these situations or people that are literally living rent free in our heads. Because half the time I'm mad about something and the person I'm mad at has no clue that I'm even mad. It's just up in my head, this internal poor me. I've been treated wrong. I was talked to the wrong way, whatever it may be. But in recovery, resentments can literally be deadly because if we get too far into that self pity and it's not fair, it can lead us to pick back up again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've shared it on here before, but I'll share it again. There was a guy named Boris that used to come to a meeting that I went to. And I mean, I don't want to give him full credit. I don't know if he got it from somebody else, but I got it from him. And he said a resentment is something like a nickel. It's about the size of a nickel. But if you take it and you hold it up, you know, you close one eye and you hold it up to the other eye, it's literally all you can see. And that hit home for me because the tiniest little thing can set me off in my day. And that's all I can focus on for the rest of the day is how pissed off I am. And I'll take the littlest thing and run with it in my mind and turn it into, I just crap on an entire day that could have been a good day. And if we let that go day in and day out, then there's literally no gratitude and there's no room for my higher power to work in there. I can't even hear my higher power anymore because I'm so focused on being angry at a situation or at a person or whatever it is. So how do we master these resentments? How do we work through these things? How do we let go of the shit that makes us spoil our entire day? Well, for me, the first thing I do is pick up the phone and talk to somebody and let them know what the crazy ass thinking is that's in my mind. I typically know these days what the response is going to be when I talk to somebody about what I'm mad about, because once the words come out of my mouth and I actually hear it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. But if I don't talk about it, it just grows and it gets bigger in my head and it swirls around in there until I'm just a basket case. So talking about it, shifting my attention from myself to what I can do for somebody else. That's the biggest one, is just shut it down and see what I can do to help somebody. Even if it's just somebody in my office. Hey, what can I take something off your plate right now? Hey, can I go out there and help the guys in the yard? You know, that night, if I'm at a meeting, you know, if it's a newcomer, hey, would you like to read? You know, I'd like to read with you in the book, whatever it is, just get outside of myself and try to help somebody. And if I do that, tell myself, turn my thoughts to somebody else and ask my higher power to remove it, then it's typically gone by the time I get through the three little steps of the process. Most days it's gone by the time I tell on myself, because I realize I sound like a little whiny child bitching about like not getting the toy I wanted. You know, it comes down to some fear within me has been brought to the surface. Fear of not getting something that I want, fear of other people's opinion, or fear of losing something that I have. Those are the big three for me. And I can typically trace it back to that. And when after the day's over, when it's quiet, before I get in bed, I usually go back over the day and I can trace whatever that resentment was back to one of those base fears. It's always got something to do with a fear-based reaction. That's what the resentment tends to be. So I'd like to hear from people in the comments how you feel about resentments, how you deal with them. If you have one going on, I'd like to hear from Justin, see what he's got on that. If you hate the topic, then drop a new topic in there. We're happy to talk about that one.
Listen, I think everybody can go on this topic, and if you don't like the topic, that means you need to work on it. You know what I mean? That means you're going through something right now that you have resentment for. But I love this one right here. I love talking about that because my biggest thing is like the triangle of self-obsession is the resentments, the anger, and the fears. It's like, and I always said it's like having one foot in the past with the resentments, having one foot in the future, the fear, and then you're angry in the present and you're just pissing all over it, right? And you're just pissed off for no freaking reason, wondering why you're running around like a madman. And that was me to a T. That's something that stuck with me when I first got up in here, man. When I first got in recovery and I heard that from somebody, that stuck with me. I was like, bro, they just mentioned me. They just described my whole life because I was just this pissed off, angry person. And I had absolutely no clue why. Why was I always pissed off? Why was I freaking pissing all over my life, pissing it away? I couldn't understand why I was doing these things. And it's because of all this trauma and all these resentments and all these things that people have done to me pointing a finger at all these people, right? But when you're pointing your finger at all these people, man, you got 3 pointing back yourself because I've done the most damage to my own self. These people have done, like, I have had a crappy childhood, but I am the one that's carrying this shit. I'm the one that's holding on to all this baggage, all these things that, like my dad, I have daddy issues, right? My dad left us and he was abusive and he freaking used to make fun of me and scare me, when I was a little kid. And like, I held on to that shit and I still hold on to some of that crap, man, because it comes up like trigger responses. You know what I mean? Like I don't know when they're going to happen, but they happen. Right. And I have those things come up. And same with people, man. People is my biggest thing, man. I'm a people pleaser through and through. And when I don't get the reaction I want from people, oh boy. And it happens a lot. And actually, it's funny. I was just having a talk with my daughter today because she was upset that we didn't go swimming, right? But we've done all these things, right? We've done all these things today to spend time together, and she's upset about this one thing that we didn't get to do. Oh, her expectations were let down, right? So, yeah. Go ahead, Caesar. You can talk, man. Tell me.
Ooh, no, just expectations. Like that's a whole topic on resentments right there.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Our expectations. And that's why like the triangle self-obsession was like so like on point for me because it talked about that. We need the world to feed us. And when our needs are not met, we are just pissed off and angry.
No, what's funny is all of our needs could be met. It's our wants. It's our expectations of how people should treat us, our expectations on how people should act. And I know you deal with this at work. I deal with it at work. I expect myself and my level of energy and my level of care and my level of crazy perfection out of everybody else around me. And I'm just setting myself up for disappointment. Some people are just there to get a check. Yep. They don't want to do any more than is necessary. And that's okay. You can have a good employee that just does what they're supposed to do and never goes above and beyond.
Yeah.
But that's not my expectation. My expectation is everybody to work the hours that I work. Well, that's not realistic. They don't get paid what I get paid. But I do it and I expect it out of everybody. If I keep my house a certain way, I expect everybody to keep it that way. I've got kids and dogs. That is not reasonable. It's not going to happen. And I set myself up to catch a resentment on a daily basis with my expectations.
Hurting your own damn feelings, bro?
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis. That's it. I'm setting myself up to hurt my own damn feelings. That's how I put it because I'm really good at doing that because I have these and I love how you said the unrealistic expectations. Like,
yeah.
there is realistic expectations, but I do it to myself more than anything else, right? I'm a perfectionist through and through. I want to be like I want it to be perfect, right? And when it's not perfect, holy crap, man. And like that's where the shit has to change. I have to learn how to be okay with being mediocre sometimes at best, right? And that's okay, right? There's certain things like I'll tell you this, okay? I will want to do stuff like I want to do certain things, but if I don't understand it or if I'll never touch it. I'll never touch it because it's a problem, right?
I have to be really good at
Yeah, right.
it.
And like
Or I don't want to do it.
yeah, and I'm like, well, what? That's how we get good at stuff, or that's how we learn about us, like as people,
It all
right?
comes back to the fears again. It's a fear of failure or a fear of looking foolish because I'm not really good at something. Oh
Yeah.
man, and that's fear of other people's opinions. You know,
Oh,
what if I go do this and I suck at it? Well, instead of trying and trying again until I can get somewhat good at it, I'll just go. I don't do that. It's not my thing.
not for me.
I don't know if it's my thing or not. I'll never try it because I already know that I'm not going to be good at it when I start. And hold on, let me go back to the comment because I'm going to swing this right back around. It was a good comment, man. We got some comments here. It was the newcomers meeting one.
Oh, the willingness to
get uncomfortable. I need to have the damn willingness to get uncomfortable.
I know it is. It's right here.
And I tell people all the time, man, you got to be willing to get uncomfortable. And in my recovery life, I do on a regular basis. I couldn't speak in front of people without shaking and having sweaty ass armpits. And, now we do this and now we speak in front of crowds and we do all that. But that's my recovery life. How about the rest of my life? How often do I step outside of my comfort zone? Not really that often. Now, I stepped out from a job that I was comfortable at and went to a new job. And that was a big step, a big leap of faith. But now I'm right back into settled in again. And, like on a regular basis, I should be trying new things, especially if it's something that I'm interested in, that I know that I'm holding myself back. I'm like, no, I'm not going to try that, man. I might not be awesome at it.
Yeah, I just want to keep being awesome, so I'm not going to step over that over there. You know what I mean? But it's funny. It's just buying. Okay, so like I want a kayak, right? Okay, this is what I did today. So I want a kayak, right? And it's something that I enjoy. It's like that peace, serenity, right? But I just never make time, right? That's one of my faults, making time. Another thing is going to buy something. Holy crap. Oh man, they got like all kinds of selections. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to buy the wrong one. I'm gonna buy the wrong one is what's gonna happen. This is I'm telling you right now, I'm letting you into my brain a little bit. I know it's scary. Just watch your step. Don't mess anything up. But but I will go on. I'm like, okay. And then I'm looking, I'm like, oh God, I don't want to buy a cheap one, but I don't want to buy the most expensive one, but that one looks, oh man. And then I'm like, and I just won't do it. Like, I'll just stop. I'm like, all right, I don't want to buy the wrong one. So I'm
fear of making the wrong decision. It all comes back to some type of fear.
That's me, man. I am fear-based, making the wrong decision, and I just won't do it, right? Because I don't want to hurt my own feelings. When I do something and make a decision, and then it's the wrong decision, and that comes back to like making the decision and being okay with whatever way it goes. You know what I mean? The acceptance part.
That's faith and acceptance. And it's we like to take our will back. We like to run the show. But that's not how I got sober, and that's not how I stay in recovery. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but you're just as bad as I am. And like,
Throw me, bus driver man. Throw
we
me.
got the perfectionism. We got all the isms. I come from a lot of years of either incarceration, where I had a very small area that I was responsible for, or rehabs where I had a bunk in some place to put my shoes, or I lived by myself because I was a complete disaster in active addiction and nobody would dare come in there. So my expectations are how I've lived my whole life. Institutionalized is the shoes go right there. That's where they go. There's no other option. The shoes go right there. The keys go there. The bed is like this, and this is like this. Now, you take me out of a cell and put me into a house with kids and dogs, I'm going nuts, bro, because I have this unrealistic expectation in the back of my head that says everything's got a place and it needs to be in that place, and that is the only way. And it took me years to let go of. I was driving my wife crazy. I'd walk in after a long day and she's been working all day, and I'd point out 10 things that are wrong when I walk in the door. And I wonder why she's upset, and I'm like, I don't get it. You know as well as I do that that's not where that sock goes. What's wrong with me? And then I'm starting to fight when I get home.
This is real life. This is real life, people.
But that's the thinking, yeah. And I know it's flawed. I'm creating resentments. I'm giving them and I'm getting them with my unrealistic expectations. Now, my example may be extreme because of where I come from, but I'm sure everybody can relate at some level to what I'm talking about, because we do that. I expect me out of the people around me, and that's not realistic.
And that's where the resentments build. And that's exactly it. Let's read some comments, man. We'll get back to that. Let's see if you guys put some comments out there, man. Give us some insight on what you guys go through, in your day to day. Is this something you guys go through, or can you relate? Throw some comments out there. Let's see. We got some. Let's see. I'm going to go back up a little bit. We have Rochelle says, I have a lot of resentment in my life, and I have a hard time forgiving myself, and I have 9 months sober, clean and sober. Congratulations on 9 months. And I feel like it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that it's over time, and it's learning yourself. So, I know you're having a hard time forgiving yourself, but like I said, it's a process, and enjoy the process, and give yourself a fucking break. That's it. Give yourself a break. 9 months. Congratulations. We got Steve. What's up? The Shot. Love you guys. Love you too. We're going to have Steve on next week, my friend. I called him up.
We got Steve next week?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, man. You guys are blessed.
That's the dude right there.
That is the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me put this one up.
Go ahead.
When I first came to recovery, I was a very pissed off person. As well, it has taken me a very long time to become humble. So I know a lady. She's like a damn spiritual guru. She wouldn't say she is, but
is it your wife?
No, that's another spiritual guru. But this lady, she sponsors like everybody, and she's just such a good person. And she made this analogy. She was like, we come into recovery with thin skin and a hard heart, and we stick around long enough to get thick skin and a soft heart. And I didn't understand what that meant when she first said it. But if you think about it, we come in and we have thin skin. You can't say anything to us. You can't say anything about us. We snap. And we don't care about what our actions do to other people. So we'll snap on anybody. If we feel threatened, if I feel like you're looking at me wrong, I feel like if you're making fun of me because I've got such thin skin that, of course, I think everybody's talking about me if you're even looking in my direction. But we stick around long enough I don't really care about other people's opinions. but I have a soft heart these days, and I care deeply about how my actions affect other people. So that was cool, man. I liked when she said that.
And she's got 4 years, 12 days clean. Congratulations.
Ooh, congratulations.
Let's see. We have gotta say what's up, Phil Tyler. What's up, my friend?
What up,
Against the
Phil?
Odds. Yeah, go check him out. Against the Odds Ministries, man. They're doing some good stuff, man. He's got some amazing insight. Just an awesome dude right there. Let's see. And we got Beth says, great topic, humanness versus recovery, resentments versus serenity. Yes. Against the Odds says, fear is a liar. God doesn't give, I'm going to say, give the spirit of fear. No, he don't. And that's where faith comes in right there. Replace it with faith. Herbie says, comfort zone is the danger zone. You only grow when you are uncomfortable.
I know that's right.
We got Steve says, heard at a meeting, sobriety and a life of recovery does not need to have social acceptance.
See, that's why we got to have him on. He's over there just dropping bombs.
He's got bombs, bro, like big time. Let's see. Let's see. See, Ali says, yep, and I never do well with company. They mess everything up and never put it back in the correct spot. It's truth. You know where that goes.
Oh, yeah, it's tough.
I get chaotic, bro, when there's company. When you got a bunch of people up in there, man, it's get a little crazy. Let's see. We got James says, y'all are literally covering every defect of my character on my list. Definitely in the right place tonight. Thank you, fellas.
Yeah, we're not that different, Jamie.
Not a lick. You know, it's funny, man. We're like, just where we're at is exactly where we need to be all the time, man. And it works well, especially when these topics come up. Because sometimes, man, I hear exactly what Caesar says, man. I need to hear it. You know, I need to hear exactly what he's spitting. Lindsay says, I've been driven by fear my whole life. Anger aligns with fear for me. I'd rather lash out than feel vulnerable. Ooh, that's exactly me too. I am fear-based. I don't like getting vulnerable. I have to protect myself. You know what I mean? And I feel like everybody's out to get me sometimes. And I'm telling you, it's not all the time. There's certain moments when I go back into that little boy, that little boy syndrome, as I say, that scared little boy. And it depends on my spiritual conditioning and where I'm at is when I will revert back into that and I'll lash out in anger. And it happens a lot when I feel like threatened. I'm like Caesar said, threatened. I'm going to lose something or something's going to harm me. I feel like that when nothing's going on, and I'll lash out in anger all the time. Like, not all the time, but depends certain situations. It's how I'm feeling. What am I feeling like?
So Rochelle says, how can we give ourselves for the resentments? Because I know earlier you were talking about you had a resentment against yourself. Mm-hmm. And I talked, I don't know, a couple weeks ago on here, and we were talking about how do you get good self-esteem? It's by doing esteemable acts. And that's how you stop resenting yourself, because I spoke about myself like I was a piece of crap. I referred to myself as a piece of crap, a junkie, a liar, a cheat. Well, when you put enough good back into the universe and enough good back into your community, you don't feel that way about yourself anymore. So one kindness at a time, and you'll change that. You'll stop resenting yourself and you'll learn to love yourself. And they told me, when I went into the rooms, they were going to love me until I learned to love myself. And I needed that. So you can always lean on your fellowship, because your fellowship will show you who you are. They'll let you know if you're doing good. They'll let you know if you're doing right. They'll give you that hug, that pat on the back, and that'll make you feel a lot less like you hate yourself or you resent yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Let's see. Let's see. We got Jennifer says, "It feels so good that I don't have to continually defend myself anymore." It is nice when you don't have to do that. You know, it's that like you have something like to prove to somebody. You know what I mean? Like I used to do that to people all the time. Like out of nowhere, like I had to defend myself for no reason when I don't have to. That's that people pleasing deal that I have too. And I was telling Caesar I wanted to talk about the people pleasing shit because that's a big thing of mine as well, and that's where a lot of resentments come from as well. You know, but we'll talk about that another time. You got any CGC you want to talk about?
Let's read Phil real quick. It's funny how we think we're so different from each other, but in reality, we're all broken people and need the power of God to restore us. Not only the addict or the alcoholic, but all people need God. Faith over fear. And that's been a fact in my life, is that faith is the only thing that counteracts fear for me. And it's something I have to check myself every morning. You and we do our gratitude list. I do my prayers, and I try to start the day off not in fearful, freaking out mode for work anymore, because that's how I used to start it. You know, wake up and just blurt out a cuss word. Yeah. Now I try to wake up a little bit earlier, take my time and get right with God, get into gratitude, then walk out the door. Oh, wait, have coffee.
There you go.
Walk out the door.
Don't you ever walk out that door without coffee, bro.
I can't do it without the coffee.
No. Yeah, and that's it, man. Because like when I don't, like, I have to do certain things a certain way, or my day is just I have anxiety riddled, like doing just like what you said, man, giving my ample time to get up, not trying to put all these unrealistic freaking events in my day, right? Just piling it up, pile the shit up. That's because I like to do that too.
Be here at 5:15, and then I'm gonna be here at 7:20. Like, when did I have time for God? Or when did I have time for my recovery? When did I have time for serenity? Oh, wait, I didn't. I didn't schedule anything good for me today.
Yep.
So,
yep. And you wonder why I'm riddled with anxiety.
We were talking about the self-talk. Jennifer said, if a friend talked to us that way, the way that we talk to ourselves, how long would they be our friend? And damn it, if anybody talked to me the way I talk to myself in my head, they would definitely not be my friend, yet we allow it to continue.
Nope. They'd be the worst friend ever.
Be a damn enemy.
It's so crazy the way I talk to myself. You know, I had I'm seeing a therapist, right? And she's like, for every negative, you need to hit yourself with 2 positives. Like, I mean, I gotta practice this shit. Like, this is not something that comes natural to me because of the way I feel about myself and the way I talk. And that's the way I talk to myself, is that in the most negative manner. And I would never talk to anybody else ever. Even my worst enemy, I probably wouldn't talk to like that. And I talk to myself like that. So that's great. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, our words and our self-talk are powerful. And my wife tells me all the time, I'll get up and I'll be like, oh, this is going to suck. She's like, don't put that in the universe. Like, why's it got to suck? I'm like, well, it is. I mean, I'm just saying. She's like, why don't you say, hey, man, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to go do this thing. And it's going to be great. I'm like, I don't do that. I need to try that.
Yeah, going into anything. I mean, it's just like any situation that happens in our life, we could sit there and make it into this huge freaking atom bomb, right?
Look at this. Are you a Virgo, Justin?
No,
I am.
I'm a Taurus. I'm stubborn as hell and bullheaded.
Oh, yeah. I got all the Virgoisms.
Yeah. Yeah, Tiffany always tells me the same stuff. Like, don't go into it like that. Just don't go into it. Just it's going to be good. It's going to be a great day. Everything is awesome. There we go. He says, Soul Sports says, my wife is a Virgo.
I got a Pisces.
I got a Sagittarius. So, yeah. Okay, Debbie says, my resentments are people who said they loved and prayed and said they wanted to help me and took me socially and mentally and financially. She took everything from me. I resent the 9 years she tried to make me crazy.
Well, if it's continuing to eat up time in your head and you're focusing on that, then she's still stealing your time and your energy. So what's in your best interest is to figure out how to let go of that resentment so you can be happy, joyous, and free. I don't know about anybody else on here. I didn't get into recovery to be miserable. You know, if I want to be miserable, I can go right back to where I started. I got into recovery so I could have a different life and a different experience, and so I could be happy. And I got to take all these suggestions that people give me, you know, the guys that have 15 years, 20 years, all of this stuff, and the guys that I looked at before I came, I got to listen to what they did and what they do, because I don't want to go back to being miserable and not wanting to wake up in the morning. I don't want to live a life that I feel like I want to run away from. I want to live a life that when I get up in the morning, I'm excited and I'm happy. And I know it's not realistic to be just super happy all the time, but it's realistic to be grateful for your life all the time.
I will say, you know, we talked about the topic being drinking the poison of the resentments, and that's exactly what you're doing. Forgiveness, when you forgive people, you're not doing it for them. It's not like you're giving them a pass, right? You're not saying all this crap you did to me and all these things that had happened, it's just forgiven and whatever, and you're going to amend the relationship. The forgiveness is for you, because you're literally just drinking an antidote from your own poison you kept drinking from the resentment that you built for these people. And that's what we need. You know, I said that to a friend a while ago, man. It's like he was just pissed off this dude because he did this and that and that and that. I'm like, bro, and I wish I could take my own advice sometimes because I do the same shit. But at least I can talk to him some light into his life. But I was like, bro, you're literally drinking your own poison. You need to give him forgiveness. And he's like, oh, I can't forgive him. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, it's not for him. It's for you.
What's funny is, I mean, if you're watching this podcast, you've probably really wanted to be forgiven at some point in your life. You know, like if you're in recovery, you probably really wanted someone to forgive you. And we need to grant that same grace to people that absolutely probably don't deserve it.
Not a lick.
But I deserve it. I deserve peace of mind. So I'm going to forgive you and let go of that so I can be happy.
Yeah. And we sit here and we lock ourselves in this fucking prison, and it's not doing, like, they're living their lives.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're not
probably happy, joyous, and free.
yeah. And we're miserable thinking about it over and over again, playing the tape on repeat of all the things they did to us and how we should have got them. And all the days, months, and years are just going by that we could have been happy, and we're stuck in our own heads.
Dude, listen, that is me. Like, I sat there and was so, like, engulfed in this person, and I sat there in my addiction. I couldn't stop the madness in my head, playing these scenarios, right? And what these people thought and what they're thinking and what their friends are talking about. Oh, they're all talking about me. Nobody gives a shit. Like, you know, listen, this is I'm telling you right now, this is me. Just nonstop. And it's been 3 years, and I'm sitting here getting fucked up and freaking just nonstop in this brain of mine. And it's been 3 years, and it was like that day for 3 years. Groundhog's Day, bro. It was Groundhog's Day. Every day I wake up, same shit over and over, and then the insanity of what happened. What, you know, it was just insane. Renting space in the head, and I'm sitting here miserable, and that's what it's about, man. It's just practicing forgiveness and and letting it go so you can be free of it, you know? And then sometimes it's a daily thing that we have to do because the motherfuckers didn't get the Starbucks order right? Or the Dunkin' Donuts, or somebody cut us off, right? It's whatever it is. You can let it go. We can turn it over any single minute of any single day and forgive that person and just turn into a positive. Reinforce with the positive, right? So.
Oh, look at this. I'm about to get a resentment. It's the JC show, y'all. Hey, we'd have a lot more people on here if they wanted to come on.
We need a K up in there. The JCK show. That sounds really good, actually.
I'm here. Oh, guest appearance.
Peace, love, and happiness. Wait. Didn't see your shirt. What shirt?
Nathan got this shirt for me.
Peace, love, happiness, and kindness, and positivity, and freedom, and charity.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some kindness revolution shirt that he got.
That's cool.
This is my first time wearing it, so I actually didn't even know what it said, but it said lots of good stuff. So
there you go. Nate will be on next week with Steve.
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky. He'll grace us with his presence.
Oh, mighty Nostradamus or Natestradamus.
Let's see. We have Soul Support said still want forgiveness and still need to give forgiveness, but that's the whole accountability and acceptance in my recovery. Mm-hmm. Let's see. We got Beth says, amen. Working my ass off last 2+ years while living with active addicts to get out of the black hole of resentment into the sunlight of the spirit. God is faithful to complete every work he's begun, and faith the size of a mustard seed moves mountains. Freedom is attainable.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is. I love all that right there. Love all that. Faith of a mustard seed. Let's see. We got, hey, stop it. Touching buttons. Damn, I needed this tonight. I was feeling low. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
You're awesome. You make us smile. If you guys weren't on here, then it'd be pretty lame. It'd just be basically a FaceTime with me and Justin.
Yeah. A long extended one. All right, Caesar, I had enough of you tonight.
Popping in.
Forgive us. We forgive those who trespass against us. Yes.
Oh, man. See, that's why we got Steve on here. Pulling out pieces of prayers to remind us the stuff we say all the time. Oh, Vern. What's up, Vern? We love you.
Love you too, man. He had a little puppy today at the
that puppy's adorable.
Yeah. We got Lindsay.
Coming too.
Oh, yeah. Justin was 100% right. It's all based on my spiritual condition. And for years, I was spiritually immature and bankrupt. We're doing too many debits. We need some freaking deposits up in here, you know?
Spiritual deposits.
Yeah. We were just swiping that card, man. Swipe. For every person.
Yeah, I was overdrafted for a very long time.
In more ways than one, you know what I mean? Let's see. Allie says she loves the shirt. And she says amen to Steve as well. And then Soul Support says, I think that'd be pretty damn interesting, fellas. Kelly, what you got on film? What you got?
I just came to say hi. What are you talking about? I didn't even know the topic.
We were talking about resentment and forgiveness and expectations.
Drinking the poison of resentments.
I don't think she's got nothing on.
She don't like that cool.
I came to say hi. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. I was working on the grant stuff today that we're working on for the Hope Shot. So like after a week of it, it's due this week. So after last week and this week, I'm kind of just puddles of mush. Brain mush. I wish I had something more interesting to say.
That's okay.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
We got a lot going on with the Hope Shot, y'all, on the back end. There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Justin.
It's okay. I'm okay. Everything's good. We got, hey, Tyler says,
oh my
Tyler
God.
says, hey.
Living with a Virgo, okay. Sure, you don't have any. Well, no. Well, there's a lot, but I'm not going to talk about that on camera. Look at his face.
Yeah.
I just told him what a nut job I was in here. So
Listen, I'm a Pisces, so like we are yin and yang, and everything is all emotion driven for me. So I'm sure he has some resentments as well. I have lots and lots and lots of emotions that are making this house lively. A lot. I cry when I'm angry. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm happy. I cry. It's like my emotional outlet.
Tiffany does too, if that helps.
I mean, I've learned to embrace it. It's not like I used to think that it was a weakness and that my big emotions were a weakness, but I've learned that they're kind of my superpower and that I have this empathy and this sensitivity that like other people don't have. And I've learned how to hone that in. So I'm all right with being emotional today.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
All
Crying
right.
is healing, Beth. Absolutely. Well, I can talk about crying. I can't talk too much about resentment tonight, but I can talk about crying and being emotional any day.
I can talk about resentments. I can't talk about crying.
I'm too tired to have resentments these days. So I'm just like, I'll just get done what I need to get done. And then I'll cry. I'll have a good cry after.
hold on. That's not allowed.
What's not allowed?
Jamie. You can't be a Virgo and
yes,
a crier.
he can. That's not true.
I'm just kidding.
That's not true. Cry. It is healing.
It brings it back to that vulnerable thing with instead of crying and anger. So I get angry. I don't cry.
Yeah, I know lots of people who, when they get sad, anger's like the emotion on top and they get and like it comes out that way. You know what I mean? So I know lots of people who are at the opposite end of the spectrum too, if they're uncomfortable with their emotions.
Yeah, because they said that anger is a secondary emotion, is what I was told.
It is. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. You got to dig a layer deeper.
Yeah, I don't know if that works for me.
It will work if you try. I promise.
I'm sure
It'll bring some clarity to some things. I'll tell you that.
So is crying a secondary emotion?
Crying, I don't know if it's an emotion.
It's a release of emotion.
It's a release.
It's a release of emotion.
It's a release of an emotion. Yeah. And that's my release. It's different for everybody. Caesar's release is going to the gym like every single day for hours at a time. I can't do that. That's a release too.
That just keeps me from killing people.
It's still a release.
It's good for everybody.
It is good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No, I mean me going to the gym is good for everybody.
Everybody's a lot safer.
Yes.
Because Caesar goes to the gym. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. It is good for him.
All right. Hey, Sober Now. What's up, Sober Now? Melissa, good to see you. We got to get her on here too, man. We need to get a lot more guest appearances. I like having other people and get different perspective. I love it. Yeah, she says good stuff tonight, folks.
Full support. I like that.
Solid hour to start off the coming week.
It involves love, and that's the number one emotion, no matter what.
Oh, I like that a lot. I like what Jamie says too. I go to the gym all week, and yes, it saves lives.
I wonder if that's a Virgo thing.
That should be a bumper sticker at least.
Gym saves lives.
All right. Well, I mean, that's all I got for tonight. What about you, Caesar? You good?
I'm good. I think we covered it.
Are you guys good too? I hope you all are good, man. I hope you guys have a good week as well. Yeah, it's gonna be a good week. And if you guys are battling with resentments, like practice forgiveness this week. I challenge you to practice forgiveness. If you have a resentment that like comes up out of nowhere from somebody cutting you off or somebody, knocking over your coffee or not getting your sandwich right or whatever it looks like, the little resentments are what builds, right? It's the little ones that all build up too. And, forgive those people, man, because they had some shit going on too. You know what I mean? We all got some shit going on out here. But thanks, Kelly, for coming on for a minute. Sorry
I couldn't be more entertaining.
Caesar's entertaining.
Yeah, he is. No, he makes he makes up for my lack of entertainment. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a tattattoo on your back, and I'm patting your back.
Just smacking.
That's entertaining.
Tattoo over and over again.
All right. Well, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday. Love y'all. And
Bye,
good night.
Love you guys.
See ya.